welcome. You're watching Busy City Television. I'm Sakshi Batra. With me, Shail Bhatnagar, and this is Market Today, a show where we'll help you understand the closing action on the D Street. The markets are still ticking higher, 47 points up on the Nifty, 25,282. So we are off the low point of the day and comfortably so, led by the Nifty Bank right now, which is up about 0.3% in trade, 176 points higher for the Nifty Bank at 51,520 right now. Now, which are the spaces that are ticking higher? PSU banks are now almost a percent higher in trade. Strong bout of buying coming in into this space. FMCG has been holding its ground right from morning. Financial services, private banks, IT stocks, these are the pockets that are in the winning zone right now. Top movers on the Nifty are the Bajaj twins. Remember, Bajaj Finserv and Bajaj Finance are both up over 3% each, and this is right after the Bajaj Housing Finance IPO that's going to be hitting the D Street on September 9. And therefore, you can see some buoyancy right here too. Within the IT space, it's HCL Tech that's driving up the games, 2.5% higher. Along with this, auto space stocks, Hero Moto, Bajaj Auto, the two-wheeler stocks that are gaining ground right now. What's not doing well? Hindalco, that's down 2.5% lower in trade. Dr. Reddy's, Tata Motors, Bharti Airtel and ONGC are seeing some profits being shaved off as of now. Good afternoon, Chair.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and Sakshi and I are hoping to go down in the books of history for two reasons. We are just waiting for 1 point uptick today on the Nifty. So we still have 40 point, cushion. If the Nifty closes 1 point higher, we will be in the books of history, so that the 13th day this rally will continue. And all good signs are there, Sakshi. And one must remember that this is against the backdrop of a weaker Q1 GDP, of course a mediocre GST number, and mostly mediocre set of auto sales data. So now you must understand that it's pure liquidity driven, and last 2 days of FI numbers, it's actually 14,000 and 5,000, right?
Yeah.
So 19,000 crores has come in because of that MSCI index rejig, and that's reflecting very, very well onto the markets. Amongst the most active counters, except for news-led, which is Gujarat Gas merging with its parent GSFC. So 10%, 11% higher on Gujarat Gas. Needless to say, that's a record high. JSPL 3.5% higher, 457, and the drumbeats of the Bajaj Housing IPO are now being felt both on Bajaj Finserv and Bajaj Finance, both up 3 percentage points each. So this is something that needs to be looked at. In particular, Bajaj Finance, remember, this is an underperforming stock. I think Kush Godasara has joined us. Namaste Kush ji, a very warm welcome to you. Your very quick take on Bajaj Finance. What are the medium term charts of Bajaj Finance telling you?
Good afternoon. Definitely, I think Bajaj Finserv and Bajaj Finance both are having a good breakout. Volumes since last two trading session has been pretty much interesting. So I think fresh entry maybe it's difficult at current levels because your supports are far away. But if you're holding on Bajaj Finserv, your trailing stop loss should be around 1800, and my target on the upside is around 2000. So both of the charts are looking good, but a fresh entry is not recommended at current levels.
Okay. Kush, very good afternoon to you and good to have you with us. How are you looking at these auto plays as well? Hero Moto and Bajaj Auto, the way they are driving up the momentum in the two-wheeler space as of now. And which of the three key players, Bajaj, Hero and TVS, would you be more bullish on looking at the charts?
Good afternoon, Sakshi. Definitely, I think, auto numbers have been very much, confusing. Of course, two-wheelers are doing good, while commercial vehicle is not doing good. But I think out of two-wheelers, TVS motor charts are still strong. But looking at the current levels, if someone wants to chip in for short term, I think Hero Motocorp is a chart which looks interesting because already Bajaj and TVS has given a good rally. So Hero Motocorp looks good at current levels. I think 5500 can be a stop loss for a short-term trade. Target on the upside 5700.
Okay. How about the four-wheelers? What would you do with the four-wheelers right now? Maruti, M&M, Tata Motors. Where do you see some of these stocks headed, and where are you bullish on?
I think Tata Motors charts are looking good. All of the three, in fact, if you look at the short-term charts, they are into a range-bound movement since last few weeks. If you talk about Tata Motors, 1070 on the downside, 1120 on the upside, M&M 2700 on the downside, 2820 on the upside. So I think they are into a time-wise consolidation. But one can go long on Tata Motors. I believe the numbers were already discounted. People were expecting lethargic number in CV sales. So 1060 can be a stop loss. Tata Motors on the upside looks promising for 1140.
I think, Sakshi, let's just take a detour into the broader markets. It's a, it's a slightly weakish day. Although you see a green fabric across major indices, but on the National Stock Exchange, 991 shares are in the green, but the shares that are in the red are about 1400. So bulls on a back foot as far as the broader markets are concerned. Nothing to be worried about. These are the kind of changes that happen when the rally gets toppish and you see signs of consolidation after a very strong upsurge. I'll request the PCR to fire a weekly chart or a longer term duration chart of the Nifty. It's rallied 11 point, almost 12% over the last 3 months, and in the last 12 sessions the rally is for about 5%. So this is what is happening on the Nifty. Amongst the losing stocks are metals index down about 1%. Sakshi had marked Hindalco. Nifty Alpha 50 0.5% lower. The auto index, despite the very strong numbers that have come in from TVS and Bajaj Auto, a bit of a pullback, nothing to be worried about. And the mid cap and the small cap indices losing 0.33%. What is in the green is the NSE 500, the Nifty, the IT index, as also the banking index. So that's the broad kind of move that we are seeing. And the most interesting topics of discussion, Sakshi, amongst all-time highs is the presence of Radico Khaitan. You remember I talked about the block deal of Global Spirits. So I'm requesting people to keep an eye out on Radico Khaitan. Although it's already 2000 rupees, but keep this on your radar at least. And a drop in crude oil prices, therefore HPCL, BPCL. Your view, Kush on HP, 2% higher, fresh record high 428. Is this to be chased?
Definitely, I think this is to be chased. All the three OMCs look good to me at current levels. Definitely, it's a fresh breakout. I think stop loss can be around 422. On the upside, first target would be today's high, above which we may see 452 on HPCL. So definitely, this rally should be chased. I believe PSU stock would be doing good in coming days.
Okay, got it. Since you're saying PSU banks, where are you keeping your focus on right now? Kush, is there anything that looks better to you versus the others? Bank of Baroda, Canara, SBI Union, Punjab National Bank, all of them are up and about. But where would you concentrate your focus?
Yes, definitely. I was short on the market since 24,200. But today I covered my shorts just because PSU banks, which were underperforming since last 2 weeks, they have given a fresh breakout. So if you look at SBI, which was not able to cross over 820 since last 4 weeks, they have given a fresh breakout. Bank of Baroda has taken a support today morning at 200-day average and is bouncing back. So both of them are looking good. If we cross about 255 on Bank of Baroda, and close about the same level, we may see inverted head and shoulder pattern. So I think Bank of Baroda and SBI are looking good for short term, and I think banking stocks, PSU banking stocks will lead the market. So one can chip in on SBI and Bank of Baroda on the long side for this week.
Just a point that I would like to make. I'm requesting the PCR to fire the 3-month chart of the Nifty PSU banking index. Sakshi, these are the only two indices, PSU banking and the Nifty metals index, that are down on a quarterly basis. That is a 3-month performance. And that's the reason why you might see some bottom fishing happening on both PSU banks and metal counters. Metal, of course, is getting, how should I say, in the cash market or even in the main business where a lot of dumping is happening from Southeast Asian countries. Therefore, while volume is there, there are no price moves coming on HRC coils or all other steel products. So please keep that in your mind when you look at the metal space. And of course, fully agree with Kush, maybe some bottom fishing is due in Canara Bank and SBI. Sakshi.
Right. Apart from this, how are you looking at this, performance on Gujarat Gas within the energy space on the back of the merger that's been announced? About 10.5% of a move is what we've seen. How would you look at Gujarat Gas and probably the other components that will be merged into maybe a GSPL? Are you looking at them favorably beyond this move too?
Uh, Definitely, I think on a weekly charts and a monthly chart, Gujarat Gas is looking attractive. Fundamentally, also Gujarat Gas city distribution arm has not just been uh, restricted to Gujarat, but they've even got Amritsar, many Chandigarh, many city contracts outside Gujarat. So I think Gujarat Gas is expanding its wings outside Gujarat. So for a long term, definitely I think one should buy on Gujarat Gas. Uh, on the downside, 550 is my stop loss on an investment basis. I think first target can be 780, which was its previous high in 2021. So definitely one should buy Gujarat Gas at current levels, but from an investment point of view, based on the weekly chart formation.
Okay. Well, apart from this, the other space that is buzzing right now is interestingly the Adani Group stocks that are buoyant right now and they're coming back. Stocks like Adani Enterprises, Adani Power is up 7.5% higher in trade. Enterprises has moved up to the high point of the day, 3.5% higher. What would you really see within the Adani Group? Kush, is there a fresh move that should be tracked now by the traders?
Definitely, I think Adani Enterprise is looking good at current levels because if it has the same momentum as SBI or any PSU stocks. Since the 4th June sell-off on the election day, Adani is not able to cross that marks yet. So it has underperformed the index, and the 200-day average of Adani Enterprise is at around 3,000, and we are witnessing some consolidation around this level since the last 2 weeks. So definitely one can chip in on Adani Enterprise for the short term. Stop loss can be 2950. On the upside, I think a short covering up to 3200 is feasible.
I think there was a business update from Adani Ports, at least on the tonnage that they've moved in the month of August. I'll try to get that for you. But what's buzzing in strength as far as volumes are concerned is a lot of shares which should now be discussed. Let me just get you the high beta space. These are stocks that move rapidly. And Sakshi, no better stock than Jio Finance for two reasons. One, you see this enthusiasm because of the Reliance 1:1 bonus. And more importantly, without any doubt, this share will be a part of FNO. In the next rejig that will happen, you will see Jio Finance and Zomato at least joining the August stables of FNO counters. To you, Kush, after a very, very long time, Jio Finance is also piggybacking this rally that we are seeing in Bajaj Finance. What are the charts of Jio Finance telling you? I think the all-time high on Jio was 390 if I am not mistaken. Let me just check that. But to you, Kush.
Yeah, 394.70. So almost 395 was the live high of Geo Financial. I think Geo Financial charts are looking good. It has been consolidating in a strict range since last 2 months. So once we break out above 340, we will see sharp buying. I think accumulation is going on a volume basis. So definitely, if you're an investor, 320, which is 200-day average, can be your stop loss, and you can get it. Or if you want to take a confirmation, buy above 340. I believe once we are above 340, targets that gets activated are 370 and 400.
Okay, got it. While Adani Ports and Adani Energy, they have been in focus because of several production-related updates. Adani Wilmar is also out on shopping, and it's set aside, I think, $1 billion to buy out about 3 companies within the food business, and therefore you can see about a 4.5%, 5% up move on Adani Wilmar as well. We'll keep an eye out on that too. 379.5. That's the news that's come in just a while back too. So keep an eye out on the Adani Group stocks yet again. They may find favor. Let's again look at some of the other pockets then. Gems and jewelry space is also buzzing right now, Kush. Several stocks here that are up and about. Thangamile Jewelry is definitely leading the move today within the broader markets. If we look at the gems and jewelry space, it's up by almost 10 odd percent. Let's also look at Senco Gold. That's I think up 5% right now. Kalyan Jewelers has been buzzing, of course. So some such names are again coming back in flavor. How are you looking at this gems and jewelry space? Not Senco Gold.
Definitely, all of those charts are looking good, but I will stay with the leader, Titan, because it has underperformed. I think Titan can be bought at current levels because the support of 200 average is around 35.20, and since last four trading session, it has been trading around the same level. So I believe 35.20 can be a stop loss, and you can buy it on Titan. I believe 37.40 can be your target in next week or so. So almost 7 to 8% upside from current levels.
Okay, got it. So that's as far as the gems and the jewelry space is also concerned. Let's again look at some more points. Okay, let's look at a down counter as well. Paytm. That slipped a lot in trade today. I think it's down by about 4 odd percent in trade. Kush, how are you sensing Paytm? It had seen some sharp moves over the last week, and it crossed over 600 levels as well. Now it's again lying low. Do you think the best is probably priced in at these levels?
Definitely, I have not been a fan of Pentium stock since quite a long, since the IPO. In fact, I think, business margins are very thin, and now they are selling off their businesses. So I think, one should exit, shouldn't get trapped. I think many good stocks are available. I would rather be on the sidelines than, buy Paytm.
Okay, 257, still 33 minutes to go. And would you believe it, the Nifty is up 33 points. So that's a bit of a correlation with what's happening in our lives and what's ticking on the markets. But as good time as any to look at volume busters. These are stocks where you see a sharp surge in volume, and that is also accompanied by a surge in price, which essentially means that traders are active on the super long side. Chalet Hotels, 8.5 lakh shares at 859, 3% higher. And Sakshi was, I think, in the morning pointing out this tourism thing. The second half of the year is always better for tourism, and this is the buoyancy that we are seeing, at least in Chalet. I think this would also be a record high. Kush, would you want to get into Chalet Hotels?
Definitely, I think, now this quarter we may see some pickup in hotel bookings because we have so many festives coming up. So I think definitely all the hotel stocks are looking good to me. At current juncture, I think we may have buy this stock with the stop loss of 840. Target on the upside for the short term is 890. So definitely I will be buying this stock.
Okay, and just a moment ago we had marked Geofin at 332. Look at the price now, 341.5. So that's a very sharp surge that is coming in, and it's 5.5% higher now, 6% higher. So this is how short-term trades are also working in favor of the market. And let's, weren't we deciding on HCL Tech? Kush, this is a stock which is already at a record high. What are the charts of HCL Tech telling you? 2.5% higher today at a fresh instance of 1800 and beyond.
Definitely, I think stock is resisting around 1800. Since last week, of course, still momentum is strong on the indicator side, but I think closing about 1820 would be a good confirmation. So if you are holding a stock from the lower levels, you can hold it, but for fresh buying, I would buy in above 1820.
Okay. At this point, we'll thank you, Kush, for being with us on this show and share with us wonderful ideas and insights like you always do. Good to have
Thank
you. Let's also welcome now viewers, another guest who's joining in. We have with us now Brijesh Singh, Senior Technical Analyst at Stock Access. Warm welcome to you, Brijesh ji. Thank you so much for taking the time out. Your sense of what are the markets now telling you after these record high levels? We are sitting on the 13th straight day of gain. That would mean a record high, the all-time move that, you know, something we have not seen before. Historic move as well, longest stretch for the Nifty. What does this tell you?
So as we have said, 13 days straight, you know, so generally 13वां दिन बड़ा मुश्किल होता है फिबोनाची रिट्रेसमेंट के हिसाब से भी अगर हम बात करें. So you know, like if we talk about, so I feel like, first of all, let me say that the trend is positive, but there would be, you know, profit booking would be coming. That is one part. We might see some, you know, a consolidation phase also, and Nifty on the higher side might try to touch 25,400 or 25,470, from where the small profit booking would be coming. Whereas still on the downside it's been considered, I still feel 25,000 psychological mark is a support, or say 24,900 is a support which should hold on and which should not break. Even from the level of, say, when Nifty broke down 24,670, we have been saying that it is heading towards the level of 25,000 or above that level, or even we might try to see a high of 25,400 plus. And in today's session or on Friday session, we have seen Nifty making a high of, say, 25,333. So first of all, trend is positive, but this type of, whenever the market comes, you know, when things are not up to the mark, or the buying side or risk reward ratio is not in your favor, better to sit idle and just wait, let it settle, let it make a base, and then again the new rally can be coming up. Right now the bank Nifty is little bit making a sign up on the higher side as compared to Nifty has been considered. 51,400 around, it's been trading near the high. The day high already has been made, but near the day high it's been trading, and I feel that it is heading towards the level of 51,900 or 51,951. So another 500 points of rally can be seen in the bank and Nifty. So both the indices trends are positive, but only thing is that sometime you know, we would be seeing a consolidation, and again the fresh rally would be coming up for the new highs.
Okay, you know, what else has been on top within this market is the SME IPO space, where there is no let up in all time frames. Shell tells me it's the top performing index, so much more than what the secondary markets are doing, much more than what all the sectoral indices are doing. This is one index that has been only soaring higher, but because of this kind of demand, huge surge, and investors' attention here and concentration too, there is a continuous word of caution that is flowing in from the top market voices and the regulators as well. We now will make you listen to one bite that we have from NSE CEO Mr. Ashish Kumar Chauhan, as he also gives his cautionary word against the exuberance that's being seen in the SME IPO space. Let's listen in.
Seems to be emerging that the too much of good thing is bad, and so too much of SME sort of framework also, SME is getting too much funding or their prices going up is also bad, and that's what creates apprehensions across, saying there is a runway growth there, and we need to be very aware and take actions again. So somewhere the balance, as Dr. Anand Nageshwaran said, that we need to be somewhere in the middle path, and that's what both exchanges have tried to do.
Sakshi, it's a mind-boggling return on the BSE SME IPO index, no matter what time frame you look. 1 month up 11%, 3 months up 54%, 1 year up 1.9 times, 3 years, in each year it is up 1.6 times. In 5 years, 132% return each year. So this is the froth that is there in the market, and that's the reason why you see this mad rush for IPO allotments and this huge oversubscription that happens. Please, ladies and gentlemen, this is a time to be extremely cautious. Of course, it is entirely up to you to fill in the applications. But remember, people who are making consistent money in SME IPOs are those who are a part of the anchor book, or those who have been allotted shares much before when the IPO came in. With that background in mind, please exert as much due caution as you can while finding out good quality SME listed companies. It is not as if that everything is bad, but the lens and the filter that you use now in SME IPOs has to be that much more thick and that much more cautious. It is your hard earned money that you deploy in the markets, and this is something that we need to be extremely cautious about. What I'll do is I'll send you a long term chart of the BSE SME IPO index so that you can see the rally over the last 5 years or so. Sakshi.
Okay, Brijesh, of course, this is one space where we needed to caution the viewers and the investors at large, right there, who may be feeling a FOMO. But overall in the markets, where do you still see there are pockets of value, safe for fund deploying, even at record high markets that you can spot?
If for a short term bet is been considered, then definitely one can look out the flavor of chemical and fertilizer. Still they are been moving, whether that be RCF, Fed or Chambal fertilizer. GNFC has been considered. If we look out a little bit on the defensive part, then pharma stocks, Lupin like stock or Cipla like stocks again can be look out for a buying has been considered. Even in today's session, we have seen some IT stocks moving up, whether that be SCL Tech or Persistence. They have been moving up. So a few bets are still been there. But as I always say, whether you are looking for an investment purpose or whether you are looking for a trading point of view, always use strict stop loss. People are not using stop loss. That is a major concern, and after that, when things goes down and against them, then they start crying. So I always say that whenever you used to try to be brutal with your stop losses. If you are saving your capital, then again the chances would be coming, and again you can make a money. And suppose the things goes wrong or against you, don't worry, it happens that way. So try to stick towards the stop losses. If I talk about the some bet has been considered, like right now, if I talk about the Geo Finance, right now the stock has been splendidly moving up with the huge volume. 344 around the stock has been trading. So suppose someone wants to go long at the present rate or any dips toward the level of 341, can look out to buy at the present rate with a stop loss of 330 and then play for the target of 360 to 363. Another counter where the buying is been emerging is in Adani stock. So Adani Wilmart is looking promising. 375 around the stock is been trading. So present rate can be used to go long or any dips toward the level of 370 or 72 with the stop loss of 364. Play for the target of 400 and 405. And another stock with the Adani group is Adani Green Energy, still looking promising. 1939 around the stock has been trading. So present rate already dips towards the level of 1930. One can look out to buy with the stop loss of 1855. Play for the target of 2100 or 2120.
Okay. Got it. So that's the view that's coming in on the Adani Group stocks right there. We'll take your view also on the entire FMCG space that's been buzzing, Brijesh ji. We haven't discussed on this show yet. But is there any stock that's giving you confidence at the current levels within the FMCG pack? How should one be really moving here? Should one go with the leaders here? Should one diversify into the liquor space that's been buzzing off late? Where do you see momentum continuing?
See, if I talk, as you have said, suppose someone wants to play with the FMCG, definitely one should look out the leader, and the leader is no doubt is the ITC stocks. Now, if I look out the ITC chart, it's been trading in the range downside 470 or 480 around, and upside it is somewhere around 510. Still, overall, first of all, the trend has been positive. Dips can be used to go long, 500 around if it stays, or 505 around if it stays. One can look out to buy this counter with the stop loss of 480, play for the target of 550. But only the thing is that the time frame would be on a little bit on the higher side. If someone has a view of say 1 month or a couple of months, then look out. As you have said, with the leaker, no doubt today we have seen Radico Khaitan moving up 2010 around. The stock has been trading, and in today's session we have seen stock making a new 50-week high of 2050, and on 30th already the stock has given the price breakout followed by the volume breakout. So 2009 around it's been trading. So present rate or any dips towards the level of 2001 can be on the buy side with the stop loss of 1835, play for the target of 2250.
Along with the market, it's the liquor stocks that are in high spirits. Just show the chart of Globus, United Spirits. What are the other liquor stocks? I think Tilak Nagar Industries, Allied Blenders, all of them are doing fantastically well and enjoying this premiumization of liquor that's happening within the Indian consumer framework. Remember, behind United Spirits, I'll request the PCI to show longer term charts, maybe a weekly chart or a monthly chart. The daily chart doesn't do justice to the kind of rallies that we are seeing, especially on United Spirits. This is one stock that is also running on very high steam of the UK India FTA agreement that is supposedly in the pipeline. So United Spirits, Sakshi, over the last 10 years has just given a return of 191% over the last 5 years, and you will not believe the return that Radico Khaitan has given. Let me just get that number for you. Radico Khaitan is up maybe 20 times if I am not wrong, and I might be understating the rally on Radico Khaitan. I will request the PCR to fire the longest term chart possible on Radico, and you will see, okay, in the last 10 years, each year the stock has appreciated 37%. So if you divide 72 by 37, that's the rule of doubling. Every 2 years the stock has doubled. So that's the rally, 77 rupees in September 14.
Yeah.
And I would imagine the stock has gone up by 77 rupees today, if not more. So, you know, that is how compounding works, and all that you have to do is 69 rupees. I'm so sorry. Instead of 77, it's 69.
Very close.
But still a 1x return for those who had bought it in September. So that's how money is made. And you know, United Spirits is a global multinational, and people generally prefer stocks of global multinationals in their portfolios, especially in India. It is that white skin, what do you call white skin? Let me just use a better
White
word.
man's,
The word that is coming to my mind is not correct. It can't be used publicly, but that's what we have, fetish, a white skin fetish. It was up 191%. I was very happy till I saw the returns on Globus and of course Radico. So that's how it is, ladies and gentlemen. The other stock that's worth mentioning so far in the trade is which one was I trying to mark? It sort of slipped my mind. Okay, let me get back to you. I had an interesting thought to share with Sakshi and everybody, but let's just see. Sakshi, yours.
Okay. Let's also get you to discuss this with us, the Bajaj twins with us, Brijesh ji, Bajaj Finserv and Bajaj Finance. Of course, this is news-led buoyancy that we are seeing. Up next, we will be keenly watching out for the IPO price band of Bajaj Housing. Maybe tomorrow it will come, and then we'll be able to be in a better position to discuss the upcoming IPO. But you know, the opportunity could be there for the shareholders of Bajaj Finserv and Finance to be getting that allotment for IPO going forward from here. After a long haul again, we are seeing an IPO from the Bajaj stable. But technically speaking, where would you continue to be in focus within the twins?
So Sakshi, since they are both in the finance stocks, so today I was just looking the financial stocks also, like because of this Bajaj Finance and Bajaj Finance, all are started moving, whether that be SBI Life, Max Financial, Chola Finance, so SCI, Lombard, all this started moving up. Now regarding with the Bajaj finance stock has been considered, and today the stock has been trading above the longer term moving averages. It has already made a base of 6,380 or 6,400 around, and volume it has moved up. I feel that it might have exhausted somewhere around, if it crossed 7,900 then well and very good, otherwise I feel that would be the tough resistance to cross 7,900 around, but still it would be trying to touch the level of 7,900 or 7,950. 7,200 is the support, should not break for a short term, that has been considered. Regarding with Bajaj, it's been considered stock. In today's session, we have seen making a new 50-week high, and the rally from a level of 1525 has not been over. Still, with the volume, it has been moving up. I feel that 1690 is a support, deeper support I am talking about. If it holds, then I try to touch the level of 2020, 2050 level.
Okay, Sakshi, the BSE SME IPO index is ready, and I'll request the PCR to fire it, and you will see how money is made. Sadly, there's no ETF to track it. Otherwise, forget IPO applications, you could have just bought the ETF. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is a monthly chart, which essentially means that every bar that you see, green or red, is a 1 month rally on the charts. And let me just get back to my screen. Yes, somewhere in 2016, this was at 2,871, which is now at 16,388. So that's, ladies and gentlemen, the kind of money the index has made. Forget individual stocks. So this rally is what every regulator, every sensible analyst has been warning people to please be wary of. But the markets are markets, and they can remain irrational more than what you can remain liquid. So with that background in mind, ladies and gentlemen, this is what is happening in the IPO, SME IPO market. And this week, Sakshi, 9 IPOs are either raising funds or getting listed. We've spoken to Bazaar Style Retail.
Yeah.
We've spoken to
Precision.
Premier Energies. These were the 2 major good ones that we sort of could filter with our lenses. And just hold your breath, Sakshi. In next 2 weeks, there are 9 new fund offers which may raise 65,000 crore rupees.
Wow.
So that, ladies and gentlemen, is the liquidity flow. आप कुछ करें ना करें, इस बाजार को शॉर्ट मत कीजिए, is my limited advice. It can remain irrational more than what you can remain liquid. So with that background, ladies and gentlemen, let's get back to Brijesh ji and handle him the difficult task of BTST or STBT.
आपने हमें दुविधा में डाल दिया ये बोल के कि आप शॉर्ट ना करें लेकिन प्रॉफिट बुकिंग मिलती है तो आप बुक कर लें।
ब्रिजेश जी, आप तो ब्रज के राजा हैं, आप कुछ भी कर सकते हैं। चलिए आपकी शॉर्ट कॉल देखते हैं और मैं ये नोट करके रखूंगा।
No.
Sakshi, do you have a pen?
It's a joke apart. So
नहीं, अरे जरूर शॉर्ट कॉल दीजिए।
I'll start with BTST only. Aditya Birla Finance, ABFRL. It's looking promising. On a shorter term time frame, the chart 309 around the base has been made. Now it has moved up towards the level of 320. Suppose someone wants to do BTST, present rate can be used to do BTST with the stop loss of 300 and 316. Play for the target of 327, 328. It can further up move can be seen towards the level of 336 around. And Adani stocks, Adani Enterprises looking promising for the BTST has been considered. 3037 around it's been trading, keeping a stop loss of 2990. Play for the target of 3100 to 3120.
Okay, so we'll continue to focus on these trades which you've highlighted. There are some more interesting names that are pulling up in the markets, and I wanted your attention there. CAMS is coming back 4% higher in trade today at 4,439 at the current levels. How are you looking at this capital market related stocks? It's at the high point of the day, it's climbed up. Brijesh ji, CAMS kaisa lag raha hai? And maybe you could add a few names to the list.
So if I stick on with the CAMS only, first of all, the trendline breakout has been witnesses, shorter term moving average as well as medium term moving average. The stock has been trading above that. 4,436 around it's been trading, keeping a stop loss of 4,200. One can look out to buy. And on the higher side, the level where the supply can be coming would be on 4,700 followed by 4,840 zone. So present rate can be used to go long for the target of 4,700, and as I said, if it surpasses, then 4,840 would be the another level. Present rate can be used to go long with a stop loss of 4,200.
Okay, got it. So that's the view. Another one within the F&O space, let me just pull out one name for you. SBI Cards, after a long haul, is pulling up in the F&O space, 3.5% higher. How are you looking at this stock? Is there a move that one should be tracking now?
So if I talk about the SBI card, the trend is positive, but it has a resistance as 755 to 760 60 level. If it crosses, then fresh entry can be made. That is one part. In dips, one can look out to buy, not at the present rate of 743. I'm talking with the cash point of view. If it trades somewhere around 733, 734, 10 rupee downside, then only one can look out to buy with a stop loss of 722, play for the target of 755 to 760. If it gives closing about 760, then the fresh entry can be done aggressively with a stop loss of 740, play for the target of 800 plus.
Okay, got it. So that's as far as SBI Cards is also concerned. Let's again look at some of the other buzzing spaces at this point in time. Remember viewers, India VIX is something that we haven't touched base upon, but you should be looking at it. 5.5% higher in trade at 14.1 levels. So the volatility levels are increasing. You should definitely keep one eye on it while we are looking at all the levels that are at record high levels and all-time high levels too, but keep an eye out on the India VIX as well. Right now it's almost at 14.1. Let's now look at some other spaces. Auto ancillary space, does that interest you, Brijesh ji, at this point? Some of the names are pulling up: Munjal Auto, Precision Camshafts, Sona BLW. These are the spaces that are up 4-5%, even 7-8% for some of them. What looks good here?
Sona BLW look promising. You know, the stock had a high of 764, and from there the profit booking came. It made a low of 640, 43 around, and again it has pulled up, and now at 711 it has been trading. So somewhere if it comes at around 700 around, one can look out to buy this counter with a stop loss of 680. On the higher side, first level of the resistance would be lying at 740, 745 band. If we are crossing that level, then the next level would be a new high, 50-week high. The 50-week high is 764. We might break that level and we might try to touch a level of 800, 810. So at 700 odd level, if it comes, then one can look out to buy with a stop loss 680, play for the first target of 740, 745.
Okay, I think the auto ancillary space, apart from Sona BLW, is doing pretty well. Let's just look at some outperformers there. Just a moment please. There's so many screens open that it becomes little difficult to find out. Yes. So we've discussed Sona BLW. Sakshi, Munjal Auto, I think you marked it yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Up 16% today, 123. You have Munjal Showa, which makes shock absorbers for two-wheelers, 7% higher, 186. Alicon Cast Alloys, 4% higher, 1490, and of course you have the usual suspects in the form of Uno Minda, 0.5% higher, 1180. I think this is one stock that we've been discussing from 400 rupee levels with Devan Bhai, yes, Devan Choksi. And a lot of people, I think Ashish Chaturmota spoke about it, Chandan has spoken often about it. So these are stocks that are doing so many well. I have so many stocks, on purpose we are marking those which are doing very well. Some of the finest names are Shanti Gears, 610 for you, 1.3% higher. Siat Limited, Shriram Pistons, 1.5% higher, 2184. And of course, who can forget Tube Investments of India, TI Industries, 4102, 1.7% higher, the maker of Hercules Cycle and now the parent of CG Power. So this is something, these are stocks that are doing wonderfully well, Sakshi. I think before we thank Brijesh ji, it needs to be mentioned that today is a historical day, ladies and gentlemen. By all accounts, unless there is a major earthquake or a major event over the next 3 minutes, you will see the Nifty closing up for the 13th day in a row, and this is a record. I still remember the first day the Nifty was traded, and between then and now 25 years have lapsed. And why 25? So 5 plus 4, 29 years have lapsed, and never has it happened that the Nifty is rallied for 13 successive days. About 12.5% is 1200 points is what the index has gained, 4.9% higher in the last 13 sessions, and fueled repeatedly by liquidity. Nothing seems to be dislodging the bulls, whether it is slowing GDP, whether it's mediocre GST collections for the month of August, whether it's mediocre auto numbers, nothing at all, ladies and gentlemen. A day of reckoning, and what a wonderful place to be, Sakshi.
Absolutely. This is something that all of us are witnessing as history being made in front of us. Never before has it happened that the Nifty has gained for 13 straight days. And like you had pointed out, Shell, this is despite the negative news that flows that we have actually seen last week. We've seen a slowing GST collection. We've seen a slowing growth on the GDP front as well. Auto sales numbers which are not enthusiastic at all. So some such factors, but at this point in time the markets are on their own. Global cues also supporting the momentum at this point in time as well. This has been its own doing at this point, 13 days of rally. Let's get in Brijesh ji to help us understand, how has he seen the rally unfold in front of him and history in the making. Brijesh ji, आपने कब से निफ्टी को ट्रैक करना शुरू किया था?
I started looking Nifty from 2000, and my first job was from 2004 onward. So 3 digit का देखा था निफ्टी को, and आज 3 digit
क्या बात है?
5 digit में convert होते हुए देख रहा हूँ. Still very big part, and still it would be going. See, histories are always been created, निफ्टी ने जब फर्स्ट टाइम 1000 पे ट्रेड हो रहा था, फ्रॉम 1000 to 5000 to 10,000, so always it's a very good part, when you've been there in the market and you feel happy. People are coming, people are going from the market, and from 800 or 600 odd level to the level of 25,200, and still it would be going on the higher side, as I was been saying. Nothing looks right now wrong. That is the one part. The only thing is that, as I have said, from a Fibonacci point of view, 13 is where which I have been, having in the mind.
आज lucky 13 होगा, ब्रिजेश जी, lucky 13 हो जाएगा आज.
It happens then, well and very good. It would be a very good thing. From then, I would be saying from 13 day it should go up to 21 day.
Yes, actually, this is a Fibonacci number for those who are watching us in detail. After 8, it's the 13th digit that works, and miraculously, let's keep it to Nifty 50 please on the screen, and miraculously that has happened. And as I have said, nothing seems to be bothering the index. neither the problems between SEBI and Hindenburg, nor the issues of the unwinding of the yen carry trade. We've had a mediocre set of first quarter earnings coming in from
tensions.
from yes, of course, from Q1. Sakshi is talking about the problems in the Middle East, the Bangladesh flare-up, and of course MSCI rebalancing. So 6 I can remember offhand in the last 15 days, and nothing has impacted Nifty. From a low of 24,099, we are now at 25,273 in a span of, like I said, 13 trading sessions. Sakshi.
Absolutely. So 2nd of September, we've started off September with a bang, 13 straight days of gains for the Nifty. But if you look at historically, September has actually not been a pretty great month for the markets. Brijesh ji, will this time it will be a positive close for September? I think out of the last 10 odd times, we've actually seen more times when the markets have slipped in September. But is it going to be changed this time?
See, I feel still been promising, as if we have said, no doubt the history is what it's been saying that, September month would not be that much fruitful. But overall, if we look out from a time cycle point of view, 2024 should be the year where the correction should have come now. Now, April from the election to the election result, everything has been, wiped off. So, I feel, first of all, the things would be changing as you have said, 13 would be lucky. So sticking on that, September would be lucky. But as I always say, whether you are trading, whether you are doing investment, stick with the strict stop loss. That is the main part of my motive.
Thank you, Brijesh ji, for that wonderful advice. And Sakshi, for all those who think that the Nifty is run up very sharply, remember, versus the Dow, we are still 2 percentage point lower. On the year to date basis. So Nifty is up 16.8 something, Dow is up 18 odd percent, and we are moving into September for September 17th and 18th to give us an indication of what the rate cut will be on Wall Street, and this is the rally preceding that. Also September, over the last 22 years, I was checking the data Sakshi in the morning, only 9 have been in negative.
Okay.
So if you look at 22 minus 9, that's 13 years the Nifty has ended positively. But it's never ended positively if you've rallied 3 months behind. But it could be a record this time.
Yes, because it's already been the 13th day too. So this could also be true. Well, a fantastic way to end this brilliant session at 42 points higher, 25,278. FMCG as the top mover, 0.8% higher. PSU banks, IT, financial services, private banks, oil and gas, all in fine petal. Bajaj Twins leading the rally today. HCL Technologies giving its punch to 3% up. You have Hero Motocorp, Bajaj Auto as well, and you also have SBI Life Insurance as those which were the top performers. Within the F&O space, Gujarat Gas news led was 11% higher. SBI Cards, Max Financial, Aditya Birla Capital were the other ones that gained in strength. What did not contribute? On the Nifty, Hindalco, Dr. Reddy's, Tata Motors, NTPC, Oil and Natural Gas, and Divi's Laboratories. These were the drags, but no complaints right there, as we have 13 straight sessions and a record on the Nifty at that. We'll wrap it up at that, and thank you so much, viewers, for being with us.
Welcome the newest IPO in the market. We have Mr. Pradeep Kumar Agarwal, Chairman of Bazaar Style Retail, and Shreyans Surana, MD of Bazaar Style Retail, joining us to discuss this wonderful IPO that is there in the market. Let me just give these details to you. The total IPO size is 835 crores. Of which the offer of sale is 687.